Hello and welcome to the Back to the Basic show with Wilson Boneme, the public speaking and presentation series. Are you a professional, an entrepreneur, or a corporate executive who desires to become a better speaker and presenter? This series is designed specially for you. I'm going to be sharing with you basic strategies, tools, and techniques that can help you to become a more confident, dynamic, and engaging speaker and presenter. And yes, you're welcome. Enjoy. In previous videos, I talked about how to deal with the fear of speaking in public, which is also known as stage fright, before the presentation and during the presentation. In today's video, I'm going to be speaking about how to deal with the fear of speaking in public after the presentation. One thing you can do to deal with the fear of speaking in public after the presentation is what I call feedback analysis. Now, under feedback analysis, there are three things you need to do. Number one is to assess your performance. How good was your content? How good was your use of body language? How good was your style of delivery? Number two is to assess the audience reaction. How did the audience react to your content? How did the audience react to your delivery style? And very importantly, how did the audience react to you? Oftentimes, the fear, you begin to feel the fear when there's a certain kind of reaction that we get from the audience. So when you think back to your presentation, you are able to point out these times when you probably said something or did something that led to some kind of negative reaction from the audience. And so the third thing that you need to do is to identify areas of improvement and work on these areas. So identify areas of improvement. What are the areas of your speech or your delivery style or your content that you need to improve and work on these areas? Now, the second thing you can do is to perfect and master your speech. If you are someone who is perceived or known as an authority in a certain subject, you are most likely going to be getting invitations to speak on that subject consistently. So it is important, especially if you've spoken on that subject in the past and you didn't do well because of stage fright, it's important that you take the time to perfect and master the speech, so that the next time you are speaking on that subject, you won't repeat some of the mistakes that you made the previous time. So how do you perfect and master the speech? You need to make corrections. Think about your last presentation. What were the errors that you made? Now, these errors could be in your use of vocabulary, in your use of grammar, in your pronunciation, in the points that you gave. Okay, so think about it and make the necessary corrections and changes. Then rehearse the speech. One mistake a lot of us make as aspiring speakers or speakers who still suffer from stage fright on a very significant level is that we always wait until we are invited to speak on a particular subject before we begin to prepare and practice. Now, what usually happens is we don't get enough time, and so we end up repeating some of the mistakes that we made the previous time. So don't be that kind of speaker. What you need to do is to record yourself rehearsing the speech and continue to make corrections until you get to a point where you can deliver that presentation without using any guide at all. So if they wake you up from sleep and tell you to speak on that subject, you're able to deliver the presentation without the use of any book or any material. Okay? So how do you do this? You make corrections, you rehearse, then you continue to repeat this process until you've gained mastery over the speech. So two things that you can do to deal with the fear of speaking in public after the presentation: carry out the feedback analysis and to perfect and master the speech. Hello, this is Wilson Bonime saying thanks for watching. I'd really love to hear from you. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to send them in. Take care. Bye-bye.